Back again with another review, man. Ahsoka, season 1, episode 8. I don't know why I keep saying season 1. There ain't gonna be another season, I'm sure there isn't. But episode 8, or part 8, and it will have a name. By the time I edit this video, the name will probably appear on Disney. But at the beginning, when it first comes out, they just put it as part 8. I don't know why. Don't know if it's to not give people spoilers away, but the names never really give spoilers away anyway, apart from the Fallen Jedi. But, yeah, man, the finale, the grand finale, the pièce de résistance. I'm happy with this episode. This episode gave me everything I complained about in the last one, everything I had gripes with in the last episode. They gave me in this. We had epic battles between Ahsoka and Morgan Elsbeth. We had the villain dialogue from Thrawn. We had the night trooper battles. We had everything in this one, man. I really enjoyed it, man. The 48 minutes of fun. The story obviously isn't going to conclude 100% because they're leading into something else, possibly a movie, where they, piece everything together. But yeah, man, the gist of this episode was the culmination of stop Thrawn leaving this planet. Do not let him leave because we don't want the rise of the Empire. And that's how this episode went. It's the first episode where I feel like we had actual chemistry between Ahsoka and Sabine, which was great. Every person got to showcase their Jedi abilities, the Force, the lightsaber wielding, Force jumps, just amazing. That's Ezra, Sabine, and Ahsoka. Ahsoka's savage in this episode, man. You really could see, man, how her skills, how she was trained by Anakin, but. In the end, man, they failed their mission to stop him leaving, and it was pretty much all his plan. He pretty much knows who Anakin is and tried to foresee what plan they were gonna do. And what you find out in this episode is, which we're kind of gathering through the last couple, everything under the guise of for the Empire, he'll get it done. Which means he has no time for friends and people that he cares for. So the only disappointing thing about this episode is Baylan Skoll and Shin. They appeared in this episode right at the end. Just Baylan Skoll with the ruins of what he's talking about, a greater power there and a bigger thing, and he's on the ruins of that. I think a lot of people alluded to that already because it was upside down before. And then Shin, she's on like a Lone Ranger thing now, and she stumbles across. She gets to the village of those them nomads who were in the red before, and it looks like she's gonna have her own crew on this planet still, because obviously they didn't get away either. Morgan Elsbeth, she gets in the battle with her and Ahsoka, she dies. She gets blessed with like this shadow power in this episode with some shadow saber, and it's all cool and that, and it lasts about 2 minutes, and then she dies. Even the night troopers, they get the dark magic put into them as well and turn into like these zombie troopers and stuff. It was cool how it looked, but it didn't really last. It was over pretty fast. So it didn't feel as epic by the time it was done. But for the scene at the time, it looked kind of cool. So I'm interested what happens there. Ahsoka and Sabine, they don't make it off the planet. Obviously, as I said, they failed the mission to try and stop Thrawn. Sabine pretty much sacrificed herself because her whole thing is to get Ezra home. And when Ahsoka was in the fight with Morgan Elsbeth, it was Ezra and Sabine who were trying to go and stop him, and then the ship had taken off, and he tried to jump, and then she used the Force to push him onto the ship. But then as soon as he got on the ship, she turned around, pretty much going like, he's smart enough to get his way out of here with that ship, and I'm gonna go and help Ahsoka as her apprentice. And she did that, and she kicked into gear then, man. I've had a lot of bad things to say about Sabine's character, not the actor as such, but in this episode, I liked her in this episode, you know what I mean? There's still some cheesy things that she does, but I liked her in this episode. Obviously, Ezra gets on there, kills some of the night troopers, dresses up as one of them, and he makes his way home. And then you get this lovely moment when he gets back onto into where the Senate and that is, and then obviously Syndulla's there, and he comes out in a night trooper outfit in it, so they think it's that, and then he takes off his mask, and she seemed very happy to see him, obviously, because her son, I think it was Jace, his father is the person who trained Ezra, so that should be interesting because of how they did it in Rebels. But yeah, man, apart from that, episode seemed very good. Obviously, now Sabine and Ahsoka is left where they found Ezra in the little camp of the Nazis. And yeah, we'll see what happens next time. You get a little glimpse of, I think Sabine says she can feel something and she says, never mind. But it's the Force is strong within her, and then you realise it's a Force ghost of Anakin. I have to say, I don't know if their money ran out with 2 minutes to go, because they've done great with the de-aging and everything of Anakin in this. Everyone has been complaining. I think it's looked great, but the Force ghost, you're very Obi-Wan-like still. But anyway, we'll see what happens in it. We'll see what happens. I'm looking forward to what happens in the future. Overall, what do I give this out of 10, this whole series? I've had a few down episodes. The last episode was a down episode, and there was one before that I found not so much boring, but they just left Ahsoka out of it, which I didn't like. I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10, maybe 7.5 out. Yeah, I'm going to give it 7.5. I don't think it hits Mando levels, but I'm going to give it 7.5 out of 10. That's a strong 7.5, by the way. But I'm looking forward to see what happens next, man. So, yeah, that's it for this review. The next review you'll be getting will be of maybe Gen V, and then Loki's out on Thursday, so that should be epic as well. I've been your boy Savage. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for following me on this journey. We'll keep running it back.